back, everybody, to another episode of Pointless Discourse with myself, Hoppocalypse.
Oh, and me, DPayne. You normally say my name. So I'm
I
just sitting
do
there. I'm like,
normally. Do we want to start that over again?
nope, nope. That is what it is. When we start, there's no take backs because I'm lazy and don't feel like editing it later.
Well, I was gonna say you can have the point where I said that, and then to cut a little bit afterwards. But all
No,
right, let's keep
no, we
rolling.
laughed and so it's in.
Yes, where we talk about various topics that you guys vote on for us each week, and we pick our most and least favorites out of those, or God tier and Devil tier. This week's episode is TFT champions. Specifically, we're focusing on set 3. We kept going back and forth on what we wanted to focus on, and I was just like, I kind of erase everything in my memory that's not in the current set, and so let's just do the current set. And also, I think, what'd you say,
I
DPayne?
I haven't played past, like, I played a little bit of 2, but I don't remember anything past 3. So
Mm-hmm.
so we're doing 3.5 today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have people like saying this is going to be a really informative podcast, and I just sit there and internally laugh because haven't you listened to the other 11 episodes?
You were informative during the superhero one.
Oh yeah, that's why I went over 2 hours.
Yeah. For anyone that's not familiar with how it works with us, we do record this live. So if you want to catch us live and participate with us, because we do quizzes at the end, we're live. We are live Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch under our respective names. And then we kick it off by rolling to see who gets to talk first, by rolling d20s, because we are tabletop nerds.
Yeah, and while we're rolling, quick announcements. I remember the one. Did we want to announce the other one we talked about? No, we have to. We have to contact some other things. I'll announce the one that we've been saying for the past month, which is, we on August 1st we are doing a community cast, which means if you guys have questions for us about really anything, like how did the podcast start? I'm like holding up my to count off things, but my hand is off camera. There we go. Like how did the podcast start? How'd you start streaming? Fill in, I don't know, some random thing like why did you give what about this for a subject that you already talked about? Like whatever it is. Or if you want us to do quizzes for that, just let us know. You can contact us on our Twitter handle Pointless Disco, or just message us directly on whichever way you can, and we'll get back to you and answer them on the cast that is live. Words. Oh my gosh, what you roll?
I rolled a natural 1.
I rolled a natural 19.
Opposites.
No, I would have gotten a 20 if it was opposites. Was one away. So, okay, so that means I go first, but they're both odd, which means we start off with the bad topic. So, yeah. And then for people, so once again, talking about TFT champions, we're starting off the bat. And since I won initiative, I could go first. And my runner-up for this, I wrote Bard. Because when you look at the Astro champions, all of them, most of them are really cool. Like you have Nar, who turns into a big old buff boy. You have Nautilus, who just, I don't know, it's just a tank. You got Teemo throwing little landmines all over the place. But then Astro just sneezes out experience phlegm. And then it's like, okay, once you level up, it's I don't know, it's just I never, and it might okay, little bit of peek behind the curtain of how DPayne plays TFT. It's terrible. So there might be a way to make Bard be good, but I haven't. And I don't think having a spot of where he just like shoots out globs of experience for me to spend outweighs me putting in another champion. Personal taste, I don't know. Funny thing is, I really liked him in the P. It's not the PDF. What is this?
PBE.
PVA. Man, my name DPayne forgot like is fitting more and more on that site. Um, yeah, like I don't know. It's just I don't remember really. And the thing is, like, because he sits in the back and doesn't like really like gain attention. He's just sitting there like, doop, 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 boop, and then just like turns around, this throws the little snot, and then turns back around, and then he just like he's just there. I don't know. I don't really have a lot to say on him. I have a lot more to say about the two ones I really like, but it's like that's pretty much it. It's just I don't know what to do with him except like he seems like one of those champions. Like if you can get them early and put them up just to get experience before like the real damage dealers come out and like all the real comps, then good. I'm now expecting to have to pull out like some sort of like mobalytics comp that I don't know about. That's just like, well, DPayne, let me tell you, if you use this, and this, and then put on the Rage Blade 3 times, he is amazing.
No, I don't have any pro strats relating to Bard, but I think you just covered the only real use that I figured out that he has, where it's that whole, you bring him out early, you save yourself gold so that you can econ higher, and then you just like trade him out for later. And his only like his bonus seems to be less than his ultimate because eventually the XP he gives you just isn't worth it. In all honesty, it's just it having early Mystic is also just like a decent thing to have because a lot of the early units, like a lot of the sorcerers are all pretty cheap, right? Like TF, Ari, and Zoe, they're all like real low level.
Yeah, they're all 1 or 2, and then Syndra's 3.
Mm-hmm. I think Bard's also 3. Yeah.
Bard's 3.
Yeah, like I don't see a reason to keep him long term. Like even if you went Astro, you would hold on to Bard until you got Astro, and you'd be like, all right, I got Teemo, I don't need Bard.
So it's definitely one of those things where I'm like, okay, like it's like but the funny thing is, it's like I've seen people destroy me with like a higher level Bard, but at the same time, it's like they have everyone else out there. It's just like just there to get the Mystic proc.
Yeah.
Or the Astro.
Because yeah, because you would need him there if you wanted to try for the 6 Mystic, but you'd also need a spatula to be able to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a decent Mystic until, and naturally, I feel like you would trade him out for Lulu whenever you can get a hold of her.
Yeah. Oh no, there's other Mystics I like better. And now I'm like, is that person a Mystic? But yeah, that is my runner up. Like I really didn't have much to say about Bard except like I don't know, they just seem to be one of those champions that you have and then you trade them out when you're like the real players come in.
Yeah, and you also his ult isn't really useful if you get to like level 7 or 8 because at that point usually you have everything you need and you're not trying to level up again unless you just want a higher chance at certain champs, like the gold level champs. But it's, yeah, you would just trade them out for somebody else at that point.
Yeah. I don't know. That's all I got to say about it. It's like, I don't know. I don't, like, I was trying to think of what champions don't I pick for my worst list. And, like, there was 2 that I had written down there, and then I switched them out, and Bard was like, yeah, I don't like Bard. It's like when you have this, like, the group of 4, and, like, 3 of them are really, really good, and they're so good that they make up for the poor ability of the 4th one. It's like Teen Girl Squad.
I miss Teen Girl Squad. That was a fun show.
Bart
But
is the ugly one.
yeah, no, I mean I don't completely disagree. Yeah. Anything else you want to drop on that or no?
No, that's all I gotta say.
Okay. My runner up is kind of in the same general idea. I feel like both of my least favorites are kind of in that general idea. My runner up was Ziggs. Because like to me, Ziggs, when if you can get a full rebel comp, it can be pretty strong if you stack them the right way, and it's pretty enjoyable. But Ziggs overall, he feels the weakest to me. I think it's that he seems really strong early game, and then he doesn't scale well towards end game, not in the same way that some of the other cheap units can. Like I feel like a lot of the sorcerer type characters at the same price, once you get them to level 3, they scale really well end game, especially with the synergies you can give them. But like I can't. I feel like I want to make Ziggs good because you can 3-star him real easily, but I can't figure out how. He's almost there more so that other people are better. So between his synergy with the rebels, he's kind of there just to be able to be the 6th rebel, and if you can get a Aurelian Soul, it's great. But they want you to hold on to Ziggs because his job is actually to make, if you can get Gangplank, to make Gangplank better because they have the demolition buff and you can do the stun abilities.
What
But
does the demolition buff do again? I just
when
know it's there, and I realize I never read it.
when they use their ultimate, it stuns people. So with Gangplank's ult, it's that big AoE.
Yeah.
So when you hit everyone and they're stunned, then you have like the rest of your rebels come through and just like clean up. And I remember when you could make the demolition spatula, you would turn Aurelian Soul, the spaceship, into it because every one of his rockets is an ult, technically. So every rocket would stun. Yeah.
Oh,
So Ziggs is
that's
there.
gross.
Yeah. Ziggs is there just to like make them better.
He's the stepping stone.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't he get his ult pretty quickly too?
His is fairly quick, but like I said,
But
it feels
it's a single shot.
yeah,
a
it's like
single
really
champion.
strong in the beginning because when you only have when it's like 3 versus 3 and you stun one, then it's like, well, you wouldn't have demolition at that point unless you got Fizz early on. But overall, it's like, it just feels like he's there because you need him there to make the final piece work. At least Bard, you're like, oh, I would hold on to him for like 6 rounds and like trade him out for something I actually like.
Yeah.
And Ziggs is just
Bart, he's ones that I'm just imagining that once again that TikTok. Hey, trash. Whoops, chair.
You breaking your chair?
The armrest
Oh.
slides back and forth, and so if I put weight on, if I adjust myself in a certain way, it just goes bajoof. So, yeah. To be fair, I think my favorite time to have champions is in that small first tier of when you just fight 3 computer characters because I win every time.
It's a good confidence booster.
Oh yeah. And then I was like, man, this team seems pretty solid. And then there's like the first match, Hop's just like, what's up? No. Yeah. I think Zig looks cool.
He has a cool like artistically and stuff. He's interesting, but
Yeah.
I've only seen him in TFT. I don't know what he looks like in the actual game in his base skins.
I think he's just like a little fur ball.
Oh,
Like,
is he a Yordle or whatever?
Yeah. Hold on, we have someone who knows a lot about League in chat right now. Hey, Knight, what's a Zig? What is he?
What is he? He is a character.
Well, race. Yordle, you're right.
Yeah, Yordles were in set 1 or 2. I forget which one, but they had a whole bunch of Yordles. So Gnar was in there back then and all that stuff.
Yordle sounds like a race that should be able to yodel a lot. Mainly because Yo is in the front of their name. And
All
O's at the end.
I just remember their bonus in TFT was that they were very hard to hit because they're so small. So like it was, but yeah, they confirmed it was set 1. So yeah, so what was it? It was like Gnar, Kennen, Lulu. There was, I think there was one. There was a few more.
Yeah, I don't know them off the top of my head. So, because I didn't play set 1. I heard there was a very broken character in set 1.
There were broken characters in every set at some point. I think Poppy
Yeah.
was in set 1 too. But no, yeah, I don't really have much to add to like talking about Ziggs in particular. He's just.
I know about broken characters because it's what got me to gold rank. And they took her away.
It took a lot of the broken characters away.
Kale, I will remember you fondly. You didn't make it on my list because I found new loves, but you. Well, I also was thinking about 3.5. So...
In particular.
Yeah. So yeah. Maybe Kale will come back and continue being broken again. It was someday. Yeah. This is okay. So this is my favorite part of the podcast, where we get through the first 2 ones, and then both of us like, okay, we might actually be at the end on time, and then we remember this, the second half of the show, or the second third of the show, where we're just like, well, this point, and then we're like, quizzes, no. Ooh. Spit went down the wrong throat.
Oh no.
Is this how DPayne dies? Yeah. I don't know. Was there anything else you wanted to say about Ziggs?
No, I already said I don't have anything else to add.
Okay. I missed that. Okay, so my number 1 devil tier option for TFT champions is Fiora. Because she's slow. I think she did get better in 3.5, but it's like, so the comp that everyone would run in set 3, for people who never played TFT, when we say 3.5, pretty much in the middle of the season, because everyone was picking a certain couple sets, they decided to take them out, which mean DPayne lost the ability to actually win a game. Excuse me. But they so that's 3.5. Set 3 is kind of, I think, what was it, March? Is that when it came out?
I think so.
Right at the start of COVID. Lovely. But yeah, so that was all going down. So yeah, but at the beginning, so in set 3, Fiora literally was like the part of Shredder, which Shredder is a comp between like a Jarvan, I forget her name, Zaya, and Caitlyn, right?
I don't remember Caitlyn being. I think that one was Celestial Blade Masters and Protectors. So I don't remember if
there was.
Oh yeah, Caitlyn and Shen could work on that to give you the bonus speed.
Yeah,
but the
you
biggest
got Shen later. Yeah.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is that Zaya was the carry with Jarvan to boost her speed, and then you needed a third Blade Master.
Yeah, which was Fiora. And I feel like, I don't even know how to pronounce her name right, but it's like, I feel that's kind of what she is like that early third tier Blade Master that you feel. I realized both of my characters like, yeah, but then you could switch them out for somebody better. Because like Fiora, it's like, okay, it was like, hey, if you get lucky, don't like prioritize it, but if you can get a level 3 Fiora, you're good, but don't prioritize it because you can switch it out with Aurelia, which is crazy, like, because then you can also get Mana Reaver if you put out somebody else.
Trade out Caitlyn for Thresh.
And so yeah, there was, I don't know, it was and the thing is, like, Caitlyn, yeah, she might be replaceable, but it's just like she can pretty much instant kill people with her ult.
If she gets time to charge it, yeah.
Yeah, like, but if like your whole team is out there, like she can just pop, like just take people out, which is cool. But like Fiora, like she goes up and just stabs, and then her all like also has a charge, but she's literally in the front while people are hitting her. She's like, ah! And then it's just like, just attack, just attack. Oh my gosh, stop, please, don't. And so, yeah, there's just many a times. Like once again, I think her skin looks really cool.
The cybernetic on her.
Yeah, I think the cybernetic armor is really cool. That being said, I also want an Ari Best Girl TFT skin for my real league play. Fiora. The big F. That's why she's in last in my book.
F tier. No, like I don't dislike her as much as you do, but I think it's because I didn't really run Shredder too much because I felt like everyone ran Shredder. And if you weren't running Shredder, you wanted either a Blade Master or Celestial, either way. So Zaya was usually contested early on in set 3. But I tend, at least in the beginning of 3.5, there was a recent patch, and I happened to look up the some of the new comps, which will make you happy. There's a lot of protectors up there in the tiers.
Yes.
Like one of them is Protector Snipers, I think is an S tier right now. So I'll have to experiment a bit. But like,
get away from my protectors.
I really like cybernetics. So Fiora for me was just an important get early on, and I think she is slow if you don't have the cybernetic buff on her, but once you have the cybernetic stuff on her, you forget about her. You're just like, you do you and Leona sit in the front, you take up all the damage and you do the things. Oh nice, I have Vi also deals with all the things for me, while you have your actual important characters just sitting in the back. Like, you can just leave them in the front and forget about them. So I think that makes her neutral in my book, because she's just in the front and I don't have to worry about her like the way I have to worry about other characters.
Yeah, it's like once I started moving to more Valkyrie based play, the whole Fiora thing, like I didn't really worry about her all that much. But the other thing, like that you bring up a good point, is that I never really go cybernetics, mainly because we have a third person that plays in our thing that pushes cybernetics and gets mad if we take one. So I don't know, I never really have played a lot of cybernetics builds. I know I did in the beginning, but I guess it's just one of those things. I try to stay away from like a whole one tiered thing, like a whole cybernetics, because I know when I first started, I tried to go all Dark Star, which started a little saying Dark Star, Best Star. So there's that, and but now, like when I play, I prefer like to have like Celestial, because you get like the healing buff from it, and then like sprinkle it in. Now I'm wondering, like, does your TFT synergies show how you cook? I like to have one big thing.
If that's the case, cybernetics is not reflective of how I cook. Was it last night? I did oven roasted chicken, carrots, potatoes, and radishes. So
I thought you were about to say rabbits, and I'm like,
no, I thought I would try radishes for the first time, and I liked it.
Yeah, they're not bad. Should we add vegetables as a talking point? Hold on, it might actually be on there.
It might be. But no, yeah, like, I can see why, with your playstyle, Fiora doesn't really fit in very well. In the ways that I try to use her, I either use her like the way you said you use Bard, where you get her early on and then you ditch her in favor of somebody else, or I use her because out of the options, she is a decent enough front line in the cybernetics that, she doesn't do bad, but she doesn't do great. So she's just there.
Yeah. So, and yeah, it's like, I guess it's a good way to explain, like, for people who never watched us play TFT, I'm a huge, like, even when I first started playing Protectors, I really like the Protectors. even if they were like garbage champions. um, but I always like the concept of it, and now they are actually pretty decent. Um, and like they're starting to get the attention they deserve in my book. But and it's like I like having base protectors and then build off protectors, which kind of bites me in the butt sometimes because I'll have a lot of defense but not a lot of offense, where everyone has a whole bunch of offense that I have nothing to counteract it. So
Yeah, the balancing heart's the hardest part. But speaking of your protector stuff, if you ever get a spatula, I highly recommend turning Aurelian Soul into a protector. Because remember how before I said the demolition thing counts? Because every one of those rockets is an ult?
Spaceship.
Every one of those would just give them shields. I don't know if it's patched, but...
Everyone would get shields. Like, all the protectors, I believe, get shields when an ult goes off. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm probably wrong. I am wrong, now I'm thinking about it.
It's just when they ult, they get their shield recharged, yeah.
Aurelian Soul, our indie punk band, is just flying around shooting missiles. Never dying. So, yeah. That's Fiora is my number one. I never want to play as a watch. Hold on, I won't be able to play this Tuesday. Next time we play, that's like all is going to show up in my tiers, like Fiora. I'm like, go away.
You could have been 3-star, but I don't want you.
Yeah, that's the worst when I like do the mental math. I'm like, this character could have been 3-star, but I didn't pick him.
Yeah. All right. My least favorite is Mordekaiser.
This person was originally on my list, and then I took him off.
Because, like, out of all the Vanguards, I feel like it's kind of like the same thing like I said with Ziggs. If you want to have the wall, as it's called, and have multiple Vanguards, Mordekaiser's such an early pick that you, like, essentially need to get him until you can afford to get Wukong, who's the 4-coin. But then there's also the 6 Vanguard, so that means you need Mordekaiser the whole time. And he just... I don't know. I don't know if it's like his numbers or his stats, or if I just really don't like his ultimate ability. Because it is... I understand how it should work, where he should have like the threat focus on him, and then he uses his ult, and then he does damage as he's defending your team. But it always feels like he either dies too fast, or his ult doesn't do enough damage, or the enemy team is just like, oh, that's Mordekaiser, let's fight somebody else, and ignores him, and he's just standing there like, someone get hit by my magic, please. Please stand in my circle.
Come at me.
And out of, like you said, you used to run 6 Darkstar. He was definitely, I don't know, I put him on the weaker end out of all the Darkstars, personally. And I do remember I was sitting in on a stream, and they were trying to help teach the streamer how to best utilize Darkstar. This was the part of set 3 where they first introduced Xerath. So there were 7 Darkstars total. And they would basically tell them that you're better off holding on to Mordekaiser and putting him in the front just so he dies instantly to make everybody else better. And I was like, to have that as your existence. It's like the Rick and Morty meme. What is my purpose? Your purpose is to pass the butter. What is my purpose as Mordekaiser? To make the rest of the Darkstars better. But with recent patches and things could have changed. Like I said, because I think it's Wednesdays when patches go live. So it's pretty recent, and I haven't dug into it. But he just... I don't know. And it's like between all the Darkstars and between all the Vanguards, he just feels like I just don't want him on my team overall if I don't have to.
Yeah. It was funny because he was on my list, and then I took him off for the 2 I put. But the reason I took him off because I'm like, I don't know, my only argument against him is that he's boring. Like,
he's boring.
Like so here's where the blend of playing actual league and TFT at the same time start to like go together, and it's kind of interfering because like Mordekaiser in actual league is a literal tank. Like he is Like if you build him right and you don't play like me, you will destroy pretty much everything in your path. Um, and to like the point where like he's just supposed to, like, the best way to explain him is that he's a walking executioner, and will like his whole alt is that he pulls like the person out of reality into this like pocket dimension, and then he fights you one-on-one, and then if he kills you, he gets all your stats until you revive. And like he's just like, there's a lot of people that are just super like that play him really well. I don't. I'm really bad at it. I'm now learning like what champions I do decently at. I gotta watch my words because I know there's someone in here that will be like, no, you're wrong.
He could be better. So like his translation into TFT is just very like blah.
Yeah, but it's like, it's also one of those things where in TFT, like I understand like they literally can't have him do his alt where he drops in like just the like the pocket dimension and force a one-on-one battle. Like that just wouldn't work with how TFT goes. However, I think he has a pull attack. If chat could like back me up on this if I'm wrong, but I believe he has like an attack that pulls people back to him. Oh yeah, he does have a pull. So I think that yeah, if like, so one of the combos that you can do in an actual league is like he has a pull, and then I think that's like E, and then you hit Q, which like he just slams his club down. I think that would be a cool alt as well, if like that was something where it's just like it's a little sense of like kind of a normal combo, if that's what it was, like a pull and
so kind of like Blitzcrank.
Yeah, but it's much more short range.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like the furthest person from him, but it would just be like to keep the threat on him, I guess, as the vanguard.
So that, or I don't know, or maybe if he had an attack that pulls everyone, like, yeah, that could work, like pulls everyone in the line towards him, which would get a little bit messy once you have like the hexes that you have to stand on. There, I don't know, I think there would be ways that could make it different, or I don't know, part of me just wonders if they just gave him slightly more armor
to make him feel like an actual beefy vanguard.
Yeah, like not just like boost his damage, but boost his armor. But I don't know, like, because like Mordekaiser is one of those champions I feel like could be better, because like all the champions that we're saying, like you either set them on the front line and forget about them, or it's just like you swap them out later. And it's like Mordekaiser, I don't know, it's just like one of those things, like I think about it, it's like there could be a way to tweak him until he could be a little bit more effective, or it could just be the fact that this set, that with like all the new things coming in, that the synergies just completely
just like fell off for him.
Yeah, like it deactivates a lot of things. So
yeah, I think for me, like the reason I have the two in my worst tier, like it's not so much that like I don't want them on the team. It's just that they feel like they're required on the team if you're building a certain comp. And it's like, I wish I could trade you out for someone better, but you're just here because it makes the most sense. Like, especially because they got rid of Lux for the Darkstar team. You need to either make Darkstars or you need Mordekaiser. And it's like, if I didn't need you, Mordekaiser, I'd have some more interesting synergies, but you're here, bud.
Yeah. I don't know. I do find it funny. I think it was this week you were saying, like, so I was playing with Jarvan, and then I realized how effective his ult was. It's just like the aura of Rage Blade on everybody. And I'm just like, yes, Jarvan is a beast. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you wanted to say about Mordekaiser? Or
nothing in particular, except I feel like, is he the one that has the like extremely edgy voice lines that annoy me? He could be.
I don't know,
because I know Jarvan's is like the whole teamwork voice lines.
Yeah. Which is the one that's just like, you'd buy them and like, okay. anybody.
Oh,
Like,
that was Orn in set 2. He hated being bought, but my least favorite voice lines out of all of like the TFT voice line timeline is set 2, where you had the, oh, I forget their name off the top of my head, Woodland, and you had all the tree people.
Irvin.
The trees have learned violence. Like, yeah, that's why you're on my team. I need violent
Yeah.
trees right now.
Become poison ivy.
Oh, that was Maokai saying that one. And then there was another like tree one too that they always said. But yeah, Orn was the one that was like, if I have to be here.
Yeah. I thought there was one in set 3 that says something similar. I don't know. Rakan. Completely forgot how to actually pronounce his name. Rakan, man, he's just a happy lad. He's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, like Ziggs is also really positive, and
Yeah.
Poppy and some of the Star Guardians are also really positive.
Rakan is like JR Flames.
Yeah.
Just happy to be there and ready to charge in to get a statue.
Oh my goodness, the statue.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a good time to have a quick break for our sponsors. Okay, that was it. So, no.
Oh no, this is when we say this is a quick break to tell everyone, hey, we're looking for sponsors. Doesn't
Yes.
technically Anchor offer stuff early on?
Yes.
I keep saying technically.
Yeah. So pretty much, yeah. Raid Shadow Legends. They have a game. Where's that money? Oh my goodness!
so-
I love how both people in chat.
They are so prolific in the amount of people that they've convinced to do advertising for them.
I was listening to a podcast where they were talking to people who did the ads for Raid Shadow Legends, and they're like, there's people that are like took the deal, and then other people who didn't, and then they'll like, why didn't you take the deal? Like, you know how much money that is? So apparently, doing a Raid Shadow Legends commercial brings in bank. Like,
No, yeah, like
a lot.
I've watched some YouTubers that talked about like, the usual question, like, as a full-time content creator, where do you get your money from? And they're like, there are some companies that will just money immediately.
Like, I'll stream Raid Shadow Legends. Give me the. I don't even know what it is. I just know. I think my favorite like little ad that I've ever watched of it is Yvonne from Offline TV, because she's just like, yeah, look at this stuff. Oh, cool. Like, it's like, I can't tell if you're just learning or just like just farming it in right now, or whatever the line is. Just like, yeah. So, that was a side note. It was just supposed to be a joke, but yeah, it would be interesting. I don't know. The question is, when we grow and like people are like, because they're okay. So for people that don't know, with podcasts, the way a lot of the advertisement works is like, I think it's like either downloads or listens, and then once you hit a certain amount of listens, you can get these tier of advertisements. So that's why, like, if you there's like so many different ones that do like Casper Masterses and like food services and like
And
all
then
these
Audible and yeah.
like, and there's tiers. I don't know what it is, but there's like tiers that you can go into once you hit certain levels of listens and downloads. I forget which one it is. It's probably listens. And so that's something that happens as to get advertisements. But it's just interesting. I think I was listening to my brother and me. They were mentioning it. I think it was them, or it might have been a Rooster Teeth podcast. I can't really remember, but it was like, it was a very interesting thing to like listen to. And then it's interesting where people are like, no, we're not going to sell mattresses. They'll open up some form of Patreon. It's like, support us that way if you want.
Yeah, there's that route, or I've heard of other companies, or not companies, but other podcasts that will reach out to specific companies that they like to like get like a kind of deal through that. There was one that I was listening to for a while, and in the early episodes they were like, yeah, we all have pets, and I reached out to a company that does like one of those like custom pet printing things so you could get pictures of your pet on a variety of objects. They're like, yeah, I reached out to them and they were nice enough to like work with us. But again,
Yeah.
it's all a confusing world.
So we got to find a way to reach out to Wawa. Anyone that works with Wawa, we will be the official Wawa podcast. We will do a tier list of Wawa because there are no bads about Wawa.
Yeah, we'll do tier lists of the tea flavors. We can do a tier list of sandwiches. We can do a tier list of the bowls. We can.
The month of Wawa.
Guys, it's Hoagie Fest. No.
Oh my goodness, that would be such a great time to get sponsored to do the tier list. And then the gobbler. Anyway, so my top one.
Yeah, now we transition into the two that we do like.
Yes.
And this is your runner-up.
This is my runner-up. I told Hop at the beginning of this that mine were originally switched, so my goods were switched. But then I switched around because I realized I like playing them in this order. So my number follow-up for the god tier is Thresh.
Strong boy.
Yes. So for people who like don't know how Thresh works in TFT, which is really interesting because I was playing Thresh in League last night and made one of the people very, very mad. And I just sat there and I'm like, this person played Thresh. Sorry. Not sorry. Now I'm purposely going to do everything wrong to make you even more mad. But he's Chrono, which if you guys don't know, Chrono once you have, I think it's 2 or more, everyone gets a attack speed boost or just overall boost in their speed. I think it is.
It's attack speed.
Attack speed. Okay. They get haste casted on them. And Mana Reaver, which means any champion that I think they're attacking, or like they're in front of or whatever, it takes them longer to cast their ultimate or their magic. However, those are cool. But the neat thing about Thresh is that his ult is literally he throws a lantern, which goes into how you play him in an actual league, where he throws a lantern, a champion clicks on it, and it teleports them to you. Thresh does that, except he pulls characters off your bar. And there's been so many times, I think if I looked at games that I've gotten in the top 4 of TFT, it's games when Thresh was there and just started pulling people off the bar and just like flooding
it
with all like sometimes level 1, level 2 champions, and it's just like and then it's even greater is that when you pull another Thresh, I think when you pull them out, they're like their magic meter is almost maxed out, so that way they can just pop their ult off real quick. So I don't know. Or it might just be when he pulls another Thresh, because like I think when you pull a Thresh, they very quickly throw down and pick up another Thresh. Or pick up not another Thresh,
just whoever else is around. Yeah.
Character. Yeah, and so I don't know. It's just great, like, because how I normally play League is when I normally play TFT, it's like I set up everybody, and then all I do is when I get into that later thing is I just look at the bar, and I'm like, okay, refresh. Okay, there we go. There's somebody, and then like I don't pay attention, and so once like I can't do anything, or like okay, I want to get the money back. I look up, and there's like, why is there like 1/3 extra people on the field? And then I was like, oh yeah, I put Thresh out there. So, I don't know. Thresh is just like, if he's able to get going, it's just really fun.
No, yeah, he's definitely a fun character. I remember there was a meme strat when they first introduced Thresh early on in Set 3, where people were like, can I make it work that I have Thresh and I fill my bench full of only gold units so that he's just infinitely like.
It's something I try.
Yeah, and I
It's
know the thing I always mess up with is when I play the later game, my bench is usually pretty empty because I'm like either hyper focusing leveling up a certain character or I'm hyper focusing a certain character. So any comps that require Thresh don't work well for me end game because my bench is typically empty. And I've been yelled at. They're like, "You have a Thresh, but you don't have anyone on your bench." I'm like, "I know, but I'm trying to 3-star somebody else right now."
yeah. I think generally what I try to do when I get a Thresh is like I'll keep there's like maybe one I'll try to get one or two champions the third tier, but then I try to get the rest of that bench to at least 2 stars.
Mm.
So, and then like if there's ones that I'm just not getting 2 stars for, if they're not like Gnar is one I'll probably save because if he's able to ult, it's even though he might just get shredded, it's still a really good pool to have his giant form out there. Or just like some of those champions that are still pretty strong or at least do something when they're level 1.
Yeah.
Up there. The rest like baby headed Poppy, like like she'll be gone. Yeah. So like it's pretty much like just in my mind like okay like what do I want on there? Like yeah, best girl Ari, like she's gonna be there, like cause she's best girl, obviously. But
Obviously.
but yeah, it's just trying to find out like because when you pull them off the bench, it really doesn't help your synergies or anything. They're just a stray champion that's out there.
Yeah, just more bodies, more damage.
Yeah, so it's just it I guess it's one of those things where it's like okay, when you pull this champion out, who doesn't need to like who could either just maybe absorb damage so those higher tier synergy champions could get in there, or they're just like super nuts like a Yasuo and like would be able if he's 2-star be able to just go in there, or like a Shen like where they're able to drop their ult and help like a bunch of people. So yeah, that's kind of how I go at it, but I don't normally get that far. So. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Thresh. He's cool.
He is cool. Yeah, no. My runner up. So I didn't realize for some reason I thought we were including all of set 3. So
Okay.
I'll just put a little homage and say Kale will miss you as my runner up.
Yes.
But I will, since we're focusing more 3.5, I'll replace her with Vayne. So Vayne
You're so vain. Probably think this game is about you. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's what always pops in my head.
Yeah, as far as Vayne goes, I just really like Vayne because her item kit is something that I'm used to building, and I think that's because in set 2 I played a lot of assassins. So a lot of the items that you need to make Vayne shine. I also played a lot of blasters in early set 3, and the items are kind of similar for that too. So a lot of those items that work well for her just transition well from like what I'm used to playing and the kind of strats I'm used to playing. And she does very well with, just critting and increasing her damage and having her do more damage with her health. And I also enjoy watching her just do her little like fade out thing where she disappears and then shoots someone really hard and then disappears and shoots someone really hard. And I think because, like I said, I play a lot of Cybernetics is a comp that I'm comfortable with. She's kind of now the new linchpin to Cybernetics. It used to be Echo, but with him being a gold unit, that's why I never really like pushed for Cybernetics. But now you can get Cybernetics without needing the gold star unit, and you just stack Vayne and you just sit back and relax. And it's just, I don't know, she's just really fun for me and really strong. And I might be biased towards enjoying her because I got the meme to work where I turned her into an infiltrator, and I got that sniper infiltrator comp to work. That should not have worked at all.
It's I don't know. I liked Vayne. Like I don't know. I played Vayne. I guess when I just go snipers, like I like the combination of Caitlyn and Ashe a little bit more because it's like stuns and damage. But like I don't know. I haven't really played. What is Vayne 3?
Yeah,
cost
she's a
unit.
3 coin. But for me, like, they did add in like her and Timo at the same time. But when it comes,
Mhm.
and they added in the 4 sniper buff. When it comes to the snipers, I feel like out of them, like if I had to pick between her and Jin, because I used to play a lot of Jin comps early on in set 3, and he's also a really strong sniper, and he kind of has some of the same items. He has a couple differences and nuances, but I feel like Vayne compared to him is just a really stable sniper. So I think that's why I like her a lot too, because Caitlyn and Ashe I do think are a great combo, because Caitlyn's really cheap. She goes well with a lot of comps, and she can hit really hard. Ashe does offer the stun ability, and you can also get into Celestials. And then for the other snipers, I feel like Timo is probably guaranteed, because like his slow ability is disgusting if you can get him to ult a lot.
Mhm.
But for a 4th sniper, if I had to pick between Jin and Vayne, I think I'd always go Vayne.
Yeah, Vayne is. I guess when I think of it, it reminds me a lot of like Lucian. How Lucian's able to like his ult
Scoot
makes
out
him.
of the way, yeah.
Yeah, except hers is. She's a much more mobile sniper.
She definitely is. She has the ability to kind of like get out of someone's way and have a little bit of an invincibility frame. It's short, but
Hmm.
it's not as often as like Lucian's.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really have much to say on Vayne because I don't normally go Vayne.
She is
So.
newer too, so
Mhm. I will say, like, if we did have the three, if we didn't, I don't know why I just went 3.5. It's, but like, if I was gonna say three, Kale would definitely be up there,
Kale Misfortune would be the
and
top two.
yeah, um, and I probably choose Squid Boy,
mm. Squid Boy's fun.
Vel'Koz,
Yeah, I
because
also
I really like the
liked.
Void comp.
Yeah, I also really liked Kaisa as well,
So, oh yeah,
with all her
and
rockets.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know with Misfortune, but yeah. So guys, that's what happened if we communicated better. If I realized we were doing all set three. Um, yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else to say about Vayne?
No, I just
Or
think she's overall just a strong and fun
yeah,
character. When I have the cybernetics, I just like watching her kind of like jump around.
jump for me, do my bidding. Yeah, it's every time I think it's almost like a one for like maybe half the time Vayne is spoken, the song "You're So Vain" pops into my head, and it just I have my brain's like sing it now. I'm like, do I have to sing it? Okay. So yeah. Well then, now on to our number ones. And if you guys want to hear the number ones, then you have to do our subscription-based thing where you have to.
Well then,
No,
bamboozled.
I don't know why I keep making like these jokes that involve money. It's not. I'm like, I'm not trying to get people's money, but it's just like I've I've heard so many podcasts that do that where it's just like, if you want to hear the rest of the podcast, please go to our pretty much our uh pay to listen version over on Appalachia or whatever thing it's called.
That's a weird model. I haven't heard any. I haven't listened to any podcasts that do that model. The one model I am used to is what they'll say is in the intro. They're saying like, "You're listening to this a week late. If you want to listen to the most up to date episode, then subscribe to our Patreon," kind of thing. Kind of like how I think Crunchyroll is the same model where you can watch everything for free. You just don't get the latest releases.
Oh. Oh, interesting. Maybe I'll have to make a Crunchyroll so that way I can just watch stuff that everyone's talking about. It's funny because it cracks me up that I think it was earlier this year people were talking about Parasite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I read that when I was in middle school.
Yeah, I remember my sister had like a bunch of the manga, and I remembered it from then. And then I watched the anime. I liked the anime.
Yeah, I didn't watch the anime, but it was just like I remember the manga was really cool.
It is
It
really
was
old.
I don't know. I don't know if it's in in the anime, but it just cracks me up how the one guy, I think it's the guy that has the parasite in his mouth, uh, just like he's so out of shape that it's just like the parrot's like, why did I take this body?
No,
It's
I
just
don't think that was in it.
oh man, it's like a little throwaway line, and uh, when the parasite takes over and like starts talking with them, the guy can't use his mouth, and so he's like, can't breathe, can't breathe. That guy. um, so my number one is Nico. Uh,
Okay.
it's yeah, it's not Ari Vescaro, which probably would have been better for the meme, but um, Nico, especially like the last couple weeks I've been playing it, and just I've always played like so. I've ever since set 3 started, I really enjoyed protectors. I don't know if protectors were in set 2.
No, it's a set 3 mechanic.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know if that got transferred over, but I enjoyed protectors a lot. However, protectors didn't really get a lot of play, or like they just weren't. They didn't get a lot of love. I can't think of a good other way to say it. But and in that, Nico, like she was a 3-star. She still is a 3 cost, but she never seemed to show up enough to consistently get her. At least for me, like it always seemed like she would show up like when I've already passed the point where like it wouldn't make sense to get a Nico.
Mm-hmm.
Um, However, now it seems like she's showing like they either upped her spawn rate or showing up time where she seems to show up more. And like yeah, I do a lot of protectors. However, Nico's alt of where it's pretty much like a ground pound stun,
Big old AoE.
yeah, is like it's not that it's changed. I think it's the fact that the other big stun champions are now gone, like Sona. Well, Sona was the big one, but it's just like
Sona didn't do stun. She
she
was
stunned.
another.
Yeah,
She was the
yeah.
healer.
No, there's. I thought people told me that she stunned, like she had a move that stunned or something.
I don't believe so. They got rid of Sona because she would cleanse everything, and that they
Oh,
couldn't
yeah, that's
balance
right.
that. Yeah.
That's what it was. She could undo the stuns. Now
Mm-hmm.
that that's gone, it's like Nico is like the great equalizer. It feels like where
There's
she
no one
just
to
sits
stop
there.
me.
Yeah, it's like you took away the thing. Like, and now I'm worried that they're going to take Nico out. Like, don't. Um, but it's just great where she's just like. I think I said it this week. Is like Nico is in like everything. She has like her own universe. She has her own item. She is her own champion. Like she's probably gonna get her own voice pack to be the announcer to say that people are slain. Like she's gonna just become the face of TFT. Uh, but no, it's definitely one of those things where I'm like, okay, if I have four, if I have 4 protectors, um, I'm going to, and then I get an ergot. Generally, it'd be like, okay, well, let's get rid of what's her face that I just said, Nico. Forgot her name already. Let's get rid of Nico, and it's like, no, now I'm gonna get rid of like Zin Zhao. I think that's his name. The spear celestial protector boy.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, or I might get rid of Jarvan.
Yeah, if you don't need the attack speed.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
fair. Yeah, I think since they got rid of the Void, Cho'Gath was a big stun character, and since they got rid of him, I think Nico's the only one with a big AoE stun now.
mhm. I think there's probably another one that I'm forgetting, but well,
Yeah.
if you build demolitionist,
Then Gangplank becomes one, yeah.
yeah. But it's it's just great when you're just sitting there and like you just see like these attack characters like pushing on your front line. You're like, no, 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 and then like Nico says some sort of line. It's just like, no one mess with Nico, and then she's like, and then it's like everyone's stunned, and it's just like, what? And it's just like great, and then it's like the tides are changing. So Nico, like, not only do I really like her alt and the fact that she's just a very happy lizard lady, um, it's it just cracks me up. Like, it's just if she is able to keep getting her alt, it's just, man, those 2 seconds add up, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it can do a lot to kind of like stun the real big DPS enough so that you can clean them up. No, it makes total sense to me.
Yep. So,
Oh,
Nico is my number.
Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say Nar is the other stun person when he swings at people.
Oh yeah.
But I always mess up with Nar where I accidentally push him into the person I want protected, and I go, Nar, no, those are the snipers.
Yeah, it's Nar is just a crazy boy. But yeah, it's like with 3.5, I think I'm liking the sorcerers a lot more than I did in the past.
That's fair. They are definitely fun to play, and they, with the Star Guardian stuff mixed with sorcerers and some of the changes they made to items, they do feel nice all put together. Because like they changed the chalice to be like bonus spell power and things like that, and if you have Star Guardian and you have mana items, then your sorcerers are just doing insane damage really early before anybody else can do anything to you.
Yeah, it's like I know another friend of the stream. He Wisdom Master. I remember he was saying like, man, I don't mean to, but I always go back to Star Guardians or sorcerers, and it's just like, and it's like he's like that's what almost got him into whatever's above gold.
Platinum, yeah.
Now it's a dream.
No, but it is interesting though with, like I said earlier, with like my runner-up Vayne and the items that I use for her. The comp that I was talking about that I used to use in set 2 got me to Platinum 1, almost Diamond. And I have not gotten close since, but it's fine. I don't play as much anymore. But yeah, with Nico, Nico was very neutral for me because I used to do what was called the E-Girls, which is basically Star Guardians and something else. Mm-hmm. And Nico was required, but I never really like utilized her. Again, very neutral.
Yeah. So it's kind of like my same view on Vayne, where, yeah, it's definitely like, I think once you kind of get up into the higher, but like into our good ones, it's very much like a very niche choices, because like I think it's gonna be like what you like to build towards. Because I said Thresh, and you're like, yeah, I would have Thresh, but I wouldn't really use them to
his best ability.
Mainly there to fill out like synergies.
Mm-hmm.
And like Vayne, like as I said, I never really go for. I have no clue what your top one could be. So it's like,
mine is a meme. Yeah, we can transition into that. So mine is a meme. It is not someone I usually build into. I just think it's just an interesting, hilarious character choice, and she makes me laugh when she works because she's somehow extremely devastating if you can get it right, and that's Cassiopeia, or however you say the snake lady's name. There was the one time where I was having the, like the suggest me meme comps, and people were saying, make a mystic comp. Let's go all mystic. Let's go all in. And I was like, who's going to do damage? And I was reading through their ultimates, and I saw hers, and I was like, let's give her a blue buff. And she would do so much damage. It was disgusting. And I found out after that meme stream that for a little bit, she was actually ranked up there for, I don't remember what they called the comp, but basically putting blue buff on her, she becomes your damage dealer. And if you go heavy mystics, then people can't really do magic damage against her. And it's this weird perfect concoction of her not taking a lot of damage, but just sending poison. And then I believe her poison is basically like anti-protector comp, where she makes it so regenerated shields are weaker. Yes. And also just like her whole character style, I think she's just fun. I know you dislike her because she hisses all the time, but I
that is what I don't like.
But one of my notes that I just wrote was Snick Wife, because that is a joke that I made from playing XCOM Chimera Squad, where we always had the snake lady and we were like, protect Snake Waifu. And just, I don't know, when I see her, I think of that, and then the fact the whole blue buff and all that, it's just like a whole, she's just, and it's also just weird to think with her items, or like with her kit, she just doesn't feel like she is a mystic. All the other mystics are, like, Soraka is just a healer, Sona used to cleanse negative effects, Karma boosts other people, Lulu, she doesn't do a lot of damage, but she like transforms people. She's a special kind of mystic
stuffed animals
that just bounce around. And I feel like I'm missing one. But either, like, overall, they all feel like very heavy, like, healer.
Bard.
Oh yeah, and Bard. Bard just gives you XP.
Like...
Yeah. who even is he?
Who's that?
But yeah, they all feel like they're not meant to do straight damage. They're just supposed to be there to make everybody else better. And then Snake Lady is just out there like, I spit on you.
She's done with everybody.
I mean, I guess her support role is by reducing the regenerated shields, but she can do a lot of damage with that.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's once again, it's one of those characters that never shows a lot, so I don't really. This is going to be a shorter podcast because we have nothing to say about each other's choices because we don't pick them.
Yeah, I mean, we have like general ideas about them, but no, we don't have strong feelings, and I think it's also because we never really overlap our comps either. We have very different play styles and interests in building up our teams.
Some of us like stealing other people's champions.
Cough, it's not me, cough.
She's lying. Hop's style of playing is, let's kick DPayne out as quick as possible.
Not purposely. Just because there was that one stream where every time you were knocked out was thanks to me doesn't mean that I plan it. It's all random.
Thanks
everything.
To me sounds like Thanksgiving's weird cousin. We're giving thanks, but it's to me.
Only me.
But yeah, it's yeah. Like, I don't have anything to say about Cass except she annoys me when every time she attacks, it's like, and I'm like, what is this noise? So, yeah.
Are you ready for quizzes?
Yeah, we can do quizzes.
Which ones did you want to do? Do you want to do the general, which champion you are?
I definitely want to do the one you brought. I definitely want to do that last one.
Do you want to do that one?
Not first. I think we should end with that one. Let's see. This one's in 2015. The second one, what champion should you play in League, is from this year.
I just worry it's going to tell you, like, what role you like to play.
Yeah. That's
with the phrasing.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We could do this first one and then see how it goes. They're all kind of short, and we have plenty of time this time.
Yeah, but if the quizzes are done and everything, I'm not going to say let's Google more quizzes.
Oh, no.
Yes. Okay.
I
was going to say.
Like, whatever quizzes are here, that's all we do.
Yeah, because usually we only plan, like, 2 or 3 for any of the podcasts. And then we push to do more than we're supposed to.
Yeah.
But, okay. So the first one that we have is...
real quick before we start, for people who don't know or haven't listened, right now what we do is we go through quizzes that we choose that are on the subject. This one, since there really aren't any quizzes on TFT, we are choosing. We went with a bunch of League questions. because there's a lot more league-based quizzes out there. Also, just to let people know, we're not ignoring you in chat. We are recording a podcast, and it's going to be edited and put out live. So some of the things that are being said, we just can't answer right away. So, Rick, we're not ignoring you. It's just we're trying to do the podcast as well because it will be going up on other platforms.
Yeah, I guess so. That's a general warning if you happen to watch us live. Like,
Yeah.
we are usually very interactive in things, but because we do have this outsourced to other formats, it would be difficult for listeners who don't have the chat present for them to really understand the context of what's going on. The other thing to mention is for anyone that joined late, or for anyone that wants a reminder of where we left off, our bottom 2 and top 2 summary.
Oh yeah, I forgot. As soon as you started saying this, I forgot and remembered. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, so my least favorites, my runner-up was Ziggs, and then my least favorite was Mordekaiser. My top 2 runner-up was Vayne, and my top favorite was Cassiopeia.
And mine was bottom tier was Bard and Fiora, and top was Thresh and Nico. And now we see if we will get any of these champions in this quiz.
All right, so if you're participating with us live in chat, we're sending out the link to the quiz. If you're listening to us via audio, we'll make sure to put it in the description. If you'd like to share with us your results from the quiz, please feel free to share with us on Twitter, twitter.com/pointlessdisco.
Or if you're in the chat, just say it in the chat.
Yeah.
You guys will finish by the time we get to question 3.
Oh, this is a lot of options. Okay.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of champions.
I was last to talk about my top one, so then you can start off the quiz.
All right. So, what is your paradise? A place where you can lead your people without any conflict or hazards to watch out for. I don't believe in paradises. Life can't be a paradise. A place in which you have fun and drink all you want. Oh, this is a big one. A place where every single abstract complex concept you never understood finally is revealed with, comma, where your intelligence is absolute. My brain's like there should be another comma. and you're able to understand the most intricate sides of existence. A place where you can help everyone without draining your resources or energy. A place where you can experiment and test all of your theories in a row. Nothing is impossible. A place where everyone is impressed by you and sees you as their idol.
Based on voice lines, I feel like the first answer is Ashe. But Ashe is the only champion I actually play in actual League. Oh, fun fact for everyone, for the longest time I refused to play League. I recently started playing League. I haven't played it in a while, but I do it offline. I refuse to stream it. I think I will go with the experiment and test my theories. Nothing is impossible.
I'm going to lead to the big long one. The place where every single abstract and complex concept you never understood is finally revealed. And where, I think it said my intelligence, I realized when you click it, it goes away, is absolute. Can you imagine my intelligence? Oh my goodness. Anyway.
What would your role be in a newborn society? An entertainer or performer? A philosophist or someone where you can put your innovative ideas in practice? Oh, the spelling in this one. Unless this is just how you spell it in other, like, localizations. I don't know. An influential business person. Something spooky that no one else wants to do, but you would love to try it out. Quite unconventional. A head politician that strives to end corruption and other issues. A scientist or inventor, always on the move to upgrade society. A caretaker or a teacher, maybe something that helps the community directly. Or a bartender, or pretty much anyone who meets new people every day while working.
Okay, so that word is a real word, and it's a more person who would be a philosopher. Like, they pretend to be to have like philosophy, and they pretend to be a philosopher.
Oh, no, I wasn't too concerned with that word. It was the way they spelled practice. And then I noticed, and then they didn't spell politician correctly.
No, I didn't get that far.
Yeah, I had Palladian. I had Politish.
Look, as someone who got a 60 on their open book spelling test, like, you can read it. Yeah, you know what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't know what my role would be. I mean, I feel like scientist or inventor, but I feel like I'm picking like a straight line of answers.
Look,
But
if we give you the chicken staff, you can be the first one.
I can be the
Stick, whatever it was
first
called.
chicken staff man.
You can be the DJ dog. Okay, so I never watched like more than 5 episodes of Avatar the Airbender, but like my brain is reading this first one and then just knowing the clips I watched of your KFC stream
Mm-hmm.
of just, I'm like, I wonder if this what it was like to watch like that episode of The Last Airbender when they're watching the theater play. And like everything is close but not 100% right. Man, this is where all the time goes. I'm just gonna choose the first one.
You didn't even read it.
The entertainer or performer?
Oh, that one. Okay, I thought you already picked something
No,
for that one.
I was still
Looking at the question or the answers.
Oh, I just saw something spooky. I want that one. Go back. Can I go back?
I don't know if there's a back button.
Okay. Oh man, what do I search for in a partner? Nothing. No. What do you search for in a partner? Oh man, this is a weird one to start off with. Wow, now I can understand, like, well, first that I didn't read it. Oh no. Okay, someone submissive when around you, that treats you well, but independent when not around you. Someone who understands pain, or option 2, someone who understands pain and isolation, just like you do. Someone who can share your pain. Option 3 is someone unique that aspires knowledge and enlightenment. 4, someone who loves you unconditionally without thinking twice, almost like you were his/her god. That is weird. 5 is it doesn't matter much as long as that person stays by my side forever as a team. 6, someone with a kind heart that knows how to motivate others just like you do or try. I lost count. The next one is someone who enjoys completing projects and creating what you would like to bring to life. And the last one is someone who knows how to have fun and live an adventurous life.
Some of these make me worry about the backstory and lore about these, like, League of Legends romances.
Oh, no, they all sound good to me. There's one because I know a little bit lore about Ash and Tryndamere because it cracks me up because they're married.
I think I'm gonna go with it doesn't matter much as long as the person stays by my side. So much for you thinking this was a short quiz.
Yeah, this is much more thought thing. Like, if I wasn't live, it'd have been like, meh. But now I'm like, what does the single guy think? Where's the one that I need to be their god? No.
Whoa.
I'm gonna choose that enjoys the completing and creating one.
Okay.
How could you keep getting the short ones?
What three concepts tempt you the most? 1. Justice, balance, equality. 2. Creativity, projection, efficiency. 3. Suffering, agony, obscurity. 4. Love, gratitude, altruism. 5. Peace, insight, clairvoyance. 6. Strength, dominance, challenge. 7. Fun, ecstasy, euphoria. Or 8. Beauty, excellence, and eccentricism. So many words.
Eccentricism or something. Yeah, whatever. We got it.
Being eccentric.
Oh, no, that dominance one is just making me crack. Oh, I didn't even see it. Like, I heard you read it, but it didn't register in my head. The suffering, agony, absurdity. That has to be like Mordekaiser and like Thresh and all them because they're like undead things.
Some real edgy characters. I guess for 3 concepts for me is the creativity, projection, and efficiency.
Yeah, out of all these, that's like creativity is like way more than the rest of them.
This picture for the next one.
Yeah, just like, hey, how would you terminate one's life? By crushing it with all my weight. Aha! By disrupting brain. Oh, number 2, by disrupting brain waves through strong and destructive sound wave. Oh, through strong and destructive sound waves. Yeah.
Specific.
Yeah. Bard. 3, by multiple butchering swings and a heavy melee weapon. 4, by setting up as many machines and that auto target everything that moves and isn't you. The target would be down in a blink of an eye. 5, by blasting the target with ancient magic it yet cannot understand or avoid. 6, by a quick incision through the heart from afar, a just way to die. 7, by hurtling multiple projectiles against the target until it can't walk. Or the final one, by isolating the target and tormenting it until it takes its own life.
Oh no. I think I would be machines that auto target for me.
You know, the way how effective I am in this game, this last one I think I would prefer, so that way they just kill themselves and it's not me.
Oh my goodness.
But that's not the one I'm choosing. I'm gonna choose the heavy melee weapon one, the big old beef boys.
I do get the short questions.
This.
How would you express yourself artistically? 1, I prefer science to art, to be honest. 2, writing poetry. 3, using my own body to create music or beats or even dance. 4, art, not my cup of tea. Or 5, drawing, painting, or playing an instrument.
Why is there 2 ones that are not like art?
Yeah. I think.
Where's video editing?
I think for me it'd be the last one.
Did you ever play an instrument?
Have I used to play saxophone. I used to play guitar. I haven't played them in a while. But, like, I do like doodling, but I don't do it very... Like, I'm trying to do, like, when I do my bullet journals, I do, like, handwriting. And I figured that's the, like, drawing is closest to it. Because I'm not writing poetry, but it's that whole pen and paper.
Sorry, my brain is also thinking. You know how I think some people are like when we started doing these quizzes, I'm like, this is going to show that Hop and I are the same person. I also played saxophone, and I hate it.
Oh, I loved playing the alto saxophone.
Yeah, well, like looking back at it, I hate it. Like I don't write poetry, but I like writing. And like, there's not like one that's like storytelling.
I think writing poetry is probably the closest.
Poetry is probably yeah. That's what I'm gonna choose. Did you choose one?
Yeah, I picked the drawing.
Okay, I couldn't tell if that were you like, maybe or maybe not. Okay, if you could design a certain location into matching your preferences, how would it be? Number 1 is a snowy town on top of a mountain. Number 2 is a bar full of cheer and music without COVID. That I added that last one. Number 3 is a quite developed city with endless movement and entertainment. Number 4 is a calm and harmonious place full of nature. 6, a dark, secluded cave where you can find the scariest things one could imagine. It is part of your domain.
Too edgy.
Like that one.
Too edgy.
Oh man, I want to be edgelord.
Calm and harmonious place full of nature. Cue plants.
I'm also wondering, how did I get to 6 when there's only 5 options?
I won't question. You're fine.
I want to choose whatever one I skipped. See, here's the problem with nature. I'm allergic to poison ivy, and I don't even have to touch it. I get it. I'm like allergic to nature.
Nope, they said you can make it perfect. You could pick which nature you
Nope.
want.
It doesn't matter. Perfect nature is me dying. I should just choose the last one. No, but snowy town on the mountaintop.
Okay.
I used to live there.
Next
These
question.
happy people.
If it was up to you, what would be the fate of humanity? 1. Humanity will take the right steps into peace and understanding, but only if I take the lead. 2. Humanity will evolve and colonize other planets and systems, maybe even encounter new species and civilizations in the process. 3. Humanity will end soon. Oh. 4. Everyone would be ruled by me. Where we are going doesn't matter as long as I take the lead. And 5. The fate of humanity doesn't matter. I spend my days without caring about the future anyway.
There's 2 of these that I'm stuck on. One of them is a meme that I keep saying. The other one is I really wish we could do.
I don't want to be a leader. That's all I can say.
That's the meme one, because I keep saying like DPayne for, well, and one of the things when Kanye West said that he was running for president, I was asking, can I pull a ninja and get Kanye in my chat and then pitch myself for VP pick? Stream from the White House. But I would choose the evolve and colonize other planet systems.
I think
then we'll be closer to Gundam.
I think out of all of these, I don't love any of them, but I guess I'll pick the last one only because I'm not a future thinker kind of person. I'm a very much like, what am I doing tomorrow? Mm-hmm. Which bites me in the butt because I forget I have plans, but...
Isn't tomorrow part of the future?
It is, but they're saying like...
I know.
Okay.
Who read the last one?
I did.
Okay. What kind of kid were you at a school's classroom? That's a weird way of saying that. Mm-hmm. Number 1, I was the popular one everyone talked about, or at least tried to be. Number 2, the class clown. Clown.
The whole town.
Yes. Number 3, the really smart kid who knew every answer and always wanted to answer everything. Number 4, the quiet one who focused on learning and achieving high scores. Number 5, the challenger that always tried to be the best at everything and to win. Number 6, no one liked me. I was always alone or bullied.
I was the quiet one.
Who focused on learning?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the option of the kid that slept through every class. Because that was me. Man, I don't even know. Let's see. I'll do the challenger one. Because I think that also fits. I wasn't really like the class clown.
Gotcha. All right, so next question. What is your perspective about violence? 1, violence is always meaningless and hurtful. 2, violence is indifferent to me. 3, it is always necessary. Violence is a way of communication. 4, I kind of find pleasure in violence. Or 5, it is only necessary to overthrow evil. They're all so extreme.
Yeah.
Like I'm in between.
Evil.
I'm in between the first one and the last one, but there's no in between the first one and the last one.
I'm gonna choose the last one to overthrow evil.
Feels so anime. I'm gonna go the first one.
Well, I guess say it that way. Then the question is, oh, sweet, I get a short one. Are you socially extroverted or introverted?
Introverted.
Introverted.
Okay, next question. What is your life...
Number 1 for this.
What is your life motto? 1, life has no meaning. Why do we try so hard to survive? 2, strength above all. Weakness should be extinct. 3, live life at its fullest. Always live in the present. 4, mercy and justice is the only way to fulfill every single heart at once. 5, life is to be in peace with oneself and to help others reach peace. 6, knowledge and discovery is what brings us purpose. There's 7, I'm the best. All I need is confidence and I will be happy.
the last one just lines up with so many things that I meme about.
I don't have a life motto. I kind of just am. um
So would that be the first one?
or would it
No.
be the I guess. I'm just going to do the knowledge and discovery is what
Yeah, I
brings
was
us
like, I
purpose.
was reading, I'm like, in conversations with you, like the knowledge thing seems to hit more, but it's your life. Oh, probably third one would match with what you were saying too. Okay, like all of these. The last one is just cracking me up. Like I'm the best, and all I need is confidence, and I will be happy. Just the more the confidence one, because it reminds me of a line of Doctor Who, where he says, just like where he starts walking in, and one of his like little companion people is like, "Are we allowed in here?" He's like, "If you walk with confidence, no one is going to stop you." And it's like that's true.
Yeah, that's what they say in spy
ahead.
movies too. They're just like, just act like you belong. No one will stop you.
And then they get stopped. What is your metaphoric organ that you use to the best of yourself? Your
Metaphoric?
Heart? Metaphoric? Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, no, I'm just okay. You can read the answers first.
Hold on here, I'll look it up right now. It means
yeah.
Metaphor. It looked up metaphor. Okay, whatever. Anyway, your heart, your brain, or limbs and muscles.
But like these are all real. I don't know why they had to say your metaphoric organ. I mean, I guess because your heart doesn't do anything other than pump blood.
Yeah, I think that's like.
But the other two are very like literal. Oh, I'm not gonna overthink this. I'm gonna go with the brain.
Yeah, I was like, you are being the brain. Right
I just am a brain, a walking, talking brain. I don't know how to say this name.
I don't know which one I want out of this. I'll choose limbs and muscles.
Okay, who did you get?
It's still calculating results.
Okay, while yours are calculating, I think mine's pronounced Heimerdinger.
Oh, we got the same one.
So we're both inventors? I didn't feel like we picked very close things, though.
We got, I think it's Heimdinger.
Heimdinger? But there's an ER, but okay.
Heimdinger, I don't know.
So knowledge is your...
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, knowledge is your tool to bring an update for everyone. Evolution lies upon your hands, and so does the future of humanity in the long term. You love to develop projects and learn new things so you can become more intellectual. Knowledge is your biggest source of confidence, and it is the thing that pushes you through life and allows you to achieve your dreams. Your mind is your greatest weapon.
All right. Chad is saying that it's pronounced Heimerdinger.
And then it looks like two people in chat got karma.
Yeah, karma.
So for karma, it's the enlightened one. You are a true philosophist of any era. You always observe your surroundings and create a conclusion from that. In a matter of years, your conclusions will become more solid and complex until you are one step closer to understand the essence of all things around you. You rather utilize your theoretical thinking inside than outside, which probably means you like to write about your ideas or create an inner archive of life experiences. You can make a change in this world, maybe not a scientific or technological one, but a spiritual and moral one is assured. I feel like that was closer to what you were answering than what you got. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I say we do this last one because I think it.
You just want to take the Star Guardian one?
Yes, I want it to be. I want to find out what Star Guardian I am. I want to see if I'm Ari Best Girl.
Hopefully that link works fine because it looks like it got cut off a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it loads up. So yes, so next quiz is which Star Guardian are you? And it looks like it's from 2017 when they first released this.
Yeah, but this one also is official. It's just like how we took that official Pokemon one. This one is from the League of Legends people.
All right, let's begin. So I'll go first this time. Question 1: You like someone? What do you do about it? Do you have the same?
We have different questions.
Oh, no. Okay. So my first question is that one. I guess it's random. Keep it a secret, tell them, or I don't have time to like someone. Keep it a secret? All right. What about you?
Okay, hold on. Do we want to just do these real quick, and then the recorded version is I'll just cut out the silence, and then we'll just say what results we have, since it's gonna be really weird that the
Awkward.
questions are random.
Okay, yeah. So you can cut it off as soon as I sent the Star Guardian quiz.
Oh goodness, my alerts are still on, even though they are off. Alerts, why?
It does not come up on the audio or Audacity though, so.
Yes, but me saying that will.
No, you're cutting these out.
Yep. Okay. Let me just find what time it is on the recording, so that way I can just write a quick mental note. Okay, so around the 2-hour mark. But we can still talk and all that, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Yeah, so my first question, though, is you have a major project due. How do you feel? Prepared for weeks? Heck no.
I'm just answering these questions as fast as I can.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I like this one. Someone is spreading horrible rumors about you. What do you do? My options are laugh because they're kind of true, find them, show no mercy, pity them, they're trying so hard, wait for it to pass, or ignore it. What's it to you? And my honest response is pity them, they're trying so hard.
Oh, for making rumors?
Yeah.
Memories are a plot point in Kingdom Hearts. My goodness. I'm like trying really hard to like not lead my answers down to somebody. Did you have the one you have to choose between your friends, your family? Who will you save?
I did not get that question.
One of the answers I refuse to pick.
Oh, question 9 for me. You're lost in the darkness of space. When another Star Guardian comes to your aid, who do you hope it is? What? Who would I want to save me out of these? I'll pick her. All right, I got my answer.
I am on 6. 7. Oh, I got the rumors one. Do I hope it is? Well, no. The person who I hope it is isn't here.
To save you?
Yeah, I know who I don't want it to be. Let's see. 9. Okay. Let me write down the time real quick so that way I know.
Do you have a rough estimate?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you can share your response first, DPayne, or your answer first.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. That's the first time I have to do editing besides just finding the end.
The beginning and the end.
The beginning and the end. I got Ezreal, who I didn't know was the Star Guardian. I am the first and foremost. Wait. Okay, so you are first and foremost an explorer. Everything is fascinating secret. Everything is a fascinating secret waiting to be uncovered, and you often get carried away by your flights of fancy. Your glorious aspirations occasionally, in parentheses, okay, frequently, in parentheses, make you appear cocky and nonchalant about the problems of others. But that's okay. Somehow you are able to charm your way into anyone's good graces. Must be the result of all those secrets you collected.
You secret collector.
Blackmail.
I got Soraka. You are a gentle spirit, and friends can always rely on you to play peacemaker. The well-being of others always comes before your own, and you generously give others the spotlight while remaining humble about your own great contributions. It's enough knowing you've helped make someone else's world brighter. Because of your kindness, you easily earn the love and respect of those around you. Yours sounded much more sneaky than mine.
Mine, well, like the beginning part of it sounded very true. And then, yeah, so, oh no, we had a bunch of people get Soraka, it looks like.
No, I think I saw one Ezreal and one Soraka.
One Soraka. Looks like we have, wait, Draven? Draven's not a Star Guardian, is he? Okay, is Ari even part of this quiz? The best one? Ari best girl?
I don't know how to tell.
Why can't I wish they would tell you what all the answers are after you take it. Those are the ones that I like, where it's just like, hey, and it gives you all
the percentages.
Like, percentages of how close you were to the other one.
Yeah, I think the one that drove the Soraka answer for me was because I had one that was like multiple options, and all my like the options I had were like, have you stayed up all night to console a friend? I was like, yeah, I've done that.
I didn't even get that question.
Yeah, it was like, choose as many of these as you think applies to you, and there were only like 3 or 4 that didn't apply to me.
Yeah, I didn't even get that one.
Yeah, I didn't get your family or friends one.
No, there must be like an answer somewhere that like branches it off.
Ooh.
No, but they're all random.
Even the first ones are random, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that was a fun one though to end on. Sorry that you didn't get Ari best girl.
I know, I want to be the best girl. Alrighty then. So, guys, we're now at the part of the cast where the person who got second place and rolling for initiative gets to roll a d4 to find out what
10?
Next week's 10. I said d4 because there's a d4 next to my d20.
I was like,
and
wait,
D10.
did we change it?
No, we didn't. Roll a d10 to find out what our next talking point is, and it's going against alien movies. So, you get to roll that one.
Yes, I rolled a 9. So based on our list of talking points that we have, that is
80s music videos.
That's a random one I put. Oh, that's an interesting one. The 80s were a time.
My brain's immediately about to go sing like one of them, and I'm like, no, save that for next week.
Well, we don't know.
Next week will be a good one.
We don't know. It depends on the votes.
Oh man.
It should be interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that will be out on the Twitter, twitter.com/pointlessdisco. That will be out shortly after we finish the stream, and that will be what you guys want us to talk about. By the way, just another reminder: we are also doing the community cast at the end on August 1st, which is one of the unlocks of the charity stream that we did. And pretty much, if you guys have any questions, like if there's something you want us to clarify in one of the past podcasts, or maybe look at like the question differently, or maybe just ask us questions about streaming or
recording a podcast,
or
YouTube.
I don't know.
we do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, or like, I don't know how to do a push-up. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, up, down. But yeah, we're asking for that. If you guys wanted to send us any of those questions, either on our Twitter or any other way you have to contact us, pretty much, I'm going to say the cutoff date's the end of the month, so the 25th. Which would yeah. I'm saying that there's like other things. But yeah, next week there's actually going to be a pretty big announcement, so you definitely guys want to come into that to know about that. I know how to do an Australian push-up. You get on your back and...
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, thanks again everyone for listening. Thank you again for everyone tuning in live and for taking the quizzes with us and interacting with us. Again, you can find us on Twitch if you'd like to catch this live. We're live Saturdays 3 p.m. Eastern. We like to also have our next episodes out sometime like Monday-ish, up on most of the major platforms. Only other thing that I'll plug for us is that we have had some ideas about what if one day we get to do a live show. The only way to make that happen, though, is if the podcast does get enough attention that people are like, oh, maybe people will want to watch a panel of you guys. And once we trick them into that, then we're in.
Once we trick them into that, Raid Shadow Legends is right around the corner, baby.
Yeah, but for us to reach that point, we would greatly appreciate it if you enjoy the podcast, share it with a friend, or if you have the ability to put reviews down and put comments. I think that also helps boost us up to where other people can find us through the podcast tools. So, yeah, always appreciate it. And while we do stream this live, when we mean live show, we mean we show up at a convention and confuse a group of people in person. Yes. Whenever conventions can happen again.
2032 is a good number. Well, on that note, bye.